When a woman wants to give herself to you, she rarely uses words. Desire doesn't announce itself. It hides in gestures, in silence, in the way her energy subtly shifts toward you. Most men look for something obvious, a confession, a flirtatious text, an invitation. But a woman's surrender is rarely loud. It's delicate, quiet, and instinctive. Her body speaks long before her lips ever do. If you can hear the language of her energy, you'll notice it. The soft shift, the invisible pull. She starts to lean toward you, not always physically, but emotionally. When she's near, her energy no longer feels guarded. Her tone softens. Her laughter lingers. The tension that once existed between you starts to dissolve, replaced by warmth and comfort. This is the first hidden sign. Her presence begins to bend toward yours. Sign number 1. Her energy starts to lean toward you. It's not about distance, it's about attention. She may still sit across the room, but her focus is fixed on you. Her eyes search for you in conversations. Her body angles toward your direction, even when she's talking to someone else. This isn't random, it's biological. Psychologically, women are highly responsive to emotional safety. When a woman feels both intrigued and safe around you, her subconscious begins to pull her closer, almost like gravity. That's why she finds excuses to be around you. Maybe she just happens to show up where you are. Maybe she laughs at your jokes a little too easily. Maybe she sits a bit closer than necessary, not enough to be obvious, but enough that you can feel her warmth. Her mind may still be cautious, but her body has already made its choice. She leans in because something about you feels grounding, like home. She's not testing you. She's trusting you silently. Her feminine energy starts to soften around your masculine calm. Her guard, which she keeps so carefully built with other men, begins to fall. You'll feel it in her voice, the way it loses that defensive edge, the way she starts to sound lighter, more vulnerable. When she starts acting a little clumsy around you, or laughs more easily, or seems to forget the world for a moment while talking to you, it's not just attraction, it's surrender, beginning in micro moments. This is where most men fail. They rush it. They chase the physical without understanding that desire first blooms in emotion. But when you stay still, when you let her come closer naturally, at her own pace, she feels something powerful, safety wrapped in chemistry. And that's the first real doorway into her feminine surrender. Because when her energy leans toward you, her heart follows next. Sign number 2, her eyes begin to betray her. They say the eyes never lie. And when a woman begins to want you, not just want you, but want to give herself to you, her eyes tell the story long before her words do. You'll notice it in fleeting moments, in those soft, quiet glances that vanish before you can even respond. She looks at you and then looks away too quickly. That's not disinterest, that's emotional exposure. Her nervous system just revealed what her mind was trying to hide. See, a woman's gaze is a paradox. When she's unsure or indifferent, she can hold eye contact easily because nothing's at stake. But when she's drawn to you, something changes inside her. Her heartbeat quickens, her breathing shifts. Her eyes flicker with a mix of curiosity and fear. Fear of being seen, fear of being understood too deeply. That quick look away is the body's natural defense against vulnerability. And that's exactly what makes it so powerful. She's not avoiding your eyes. She's hiding her feelings behind them. Because eye contact, in moments like these, is too intimate. It's like undressing the soul. When a woman begins to feel that kind of connection, her gaze carries emotion. You might catch her staring at you when she thinks you're not looking, her eyes tracing your expression, your hands, your mouth. That's not surface attraction, that's mental fascination. And here's the secret most men miss. When she looks away quickly, she's not rejecting you. She's protecting herself from how deeply she's feeling you. But sometimes, Sometimes she doesn't look away. She holds your gaze for just a little longer than normal. And in that small, suspended moment, something wordless passes between you. A pulse, a tension, a truth. She might bite her lip, touch her neck, or run her fingers through her hair. All subconscious actions rooted in attraction psychology. These gestures aren't random. They're ancient signals of vulnerability and invitation. Her body is beginning to respond to your presence at a primal level, softening, awakening, surrendering. See, for a woman, desire doesn't start in the body. It starts in the mind, and the eyes are the bridge. When she starts watching you, noticing small things, the way you move, your scent, how your voice lowers when you speak softly, it's because her attention has become selective. You've entered her mental space. And from there, it's only a matter of time before her emotions follow. But remember, don't stare back with hunger. Meet her gaze with calm, with certainty, with masculine stillness. That steadiness tells her something vital, that she's safe to feel what she feels. Because for a woman, surrender begins with safety, and safety begins with your presence. So when her eyes begin to betray her, understand this. It's not just attraction. It's trust trying to form. Her soul is beginning to whisper what her lips are still too afraid to say. She's telling you, in silence, I see you, and part of me already wants to be seen by you. Sign number 3. She starts to share her inner world. Every woman has 2 versions of herself. The one the world sees, and the one she keeps hidden. The hidden one holds her fears, her dreams, her regrets, and she doesn't reveal that side to just anyone. So when she begins to open up to you, even in small ways, pay attention, because this is one of the deepest signs of all. Attraction might bring a woman close, but trust is what allows her to stay. When she starts talking about the things she normally keeps quiet, what she's been through, what she believes in, what she's afraid of losing, it's not small talk. It's emotional exposure. Most men mistake this for friendliness, but it's not. It's a signal that you've crossed the invisible wall between interest and connection. She's saying without words, I want you to see who I am beneath the surface. That kind of openness doesn't come from curiosity. It comes from safety. And safety for a woman is the soil where desire grows. You'll notice her voice changes when she speaks about real things. It gets softer, slower, less performative, more genuine. Her tone carries a quiet hope that you'll understand her, that you won't judge what she's revealing. And if you respond with presence, not advice, not interruption, just presence, you'll see something shift in her. Her eyes will start to relax. Her laughter will sound more real. She'll begin to feel that she can just be. That's the moment her emotional guard starts to fall. See, every woman is taught to protect her softness, to seem strong, unbothered, independent. But what she secretly craves is a space where her tenderness feels safe, a space where she can stop pretending. And when she finds that space in you, it changes everything. She starts telling you what inspires her, what keeps her up at night, who hurt her, and what she learned. Not because she's oversharing, but because she's slowly weaving you into the story of who she is. Psychologically, that's a powerful transition. It means she's beginning to associate you with emotional safety. And that's the foundation of genuine intimacy, not the physical kind, but the kind that builds connections strong enough to last. So when she confides in you, don't just listen to her words, listen to her trust. Because a woman will never give her heart or any part of her life to a man she cannot emotionally trust. If she's starting to let you in, even with small stories or quiet confessions, it means she's already imagining what it feels like to stand beside you without fear. And that's rare. That's sacred. Her voice may tremble when she shares it. Her eyes may wander, unsure if she's saying too much. But that's her heart testing your strength. She's asking silently, "Can I be safe here? Can I be seen and still be enough?" If you meet that moment with calmness, empathy, and steady energy, she'll feel it. And from that point on, something in her changes forever. Because a woman never forgets the man who made her feel safe to be herself.
Sign number 4. She starts to imagine you in her future. One of the most subtle yet profound signs that a woman feels a deep connection with you is the way she begins to imagine you in her future. Not with words, not with promises, but in fleeting thoughts and quiet questions. She might ask, lightly, about your opinions, your dreams, or even your values. Not out of curiosity, but because she's testing alignment. She's imagining the life you might share, and whether it feels safe, inspiring, and nurturing. These thoughts rarely reach the surface. They hide in the way she frames hypothetical situations. What would you do if? How would you feel about? She's not playing games. She's exploring the possibilities in her mind, seeing if you fit the life she's quietly hoping for. The key here is subtlety. She doesn't broadcast these ideas. She drops hints, observes your reactions, notices how your mind works, because she wants to know if your presence complements her emotional world. Psychologically, this is significant. A woman imagines a future with someone only when her subconscious has already begun to trust them. Her heart is exploring a safe connection before the mind can rationalize it. And these moments are often accompanied by small behavioral shifts. She listens more closely when you speak. She remembers details that most people would forget. She tailors her energy to match yours, almost instinctively. It's as if she's asking herself silently, "Does he belong in my life? Could he be a part of my story?" The most powerful indicator isn't what she says, but how she acts in these thought experiments. She subtly invites your opinion. She weighs your perspective. She's mentally rehearsing how life could feel with you, without ever needing to state it aloud. And here's what many men miss. This imagining is an emotional rehearsal for trust. She's not just thinking about you. She's emotionally preparing to integrate you into her world, a world she usually keeps carefully guarded. If you notice these signs, it means something deeper is stirring. She's no longer just reacting to your presence. She's beginning to consider a shared path. And when a woman imagines you in her future, even in tiny, quiet ways, she's giving you the greatest gift of all, her emotional consideration, her trust, and the hope that her connection with you could endure. This is the point where desire becomes patience and attraction becomes anticipation. She isn't rushing. She isn't declaring it, but in her mind, she's already exploring what it would mean to include you, not physically, but emotionally, spiritually, and intellectually. And when you recognize these subtle signs, you realize connection isn't always spoken. It's quietly imagined. Sign number 5. She tests your emotional strength. Another subtle sign that a woman is emotionally investing in you, that she's quietly letting you enter her inner world, is the way she tests your emotional strength. This isn't about creating conflict or playing games. It's about discovering whether you are steady enough to hold space for her vulnerability. She's watching, observing, sensing if you can remain calm when she's uncertain, if you can listen without judgment, if you can respond with patience rather than frustration. You might notice it in small ways. She brings up a topic that's uncomfortable or personal. She challenges an opinion you hold, not to argue, but to see how you handle disagreement. She asks you about your perspective on emotions, relationships, or life struggles. All of these are quiet probes. They measure your stability, your patience, and your capacity to provide emotional safety. Psychologically, this is deeply significant.
A woman doesn't share her heart, her trust, or her deeper self with someone who cannot contain it. She needs to know you can remain calm when she's uncertain, if you can listen without judgment, if you can respond with patience rather than frustration. If you respond with calmness, attentiveness, and empathy, she begins to relax. Her energy softens. Her voice becomes warmer. Her eyes linger longer. She notices that your presence isn't just a comfort, but a steady anchor. This testing isn't manipulative. It's a form of emotional alignment. She's ensuring that her vulnerability won't be met with volatility, indifference, or neglect. Because giving her trust, truly giving it, is one of the most courageous acts she can perform. And here's the subtlety most men miss. She doesn't test you with dramatic scenarios. She does it quietly, naturally, almost without awareness. A light challenge here, a probing question there. Small opportunities for you to demonstrate the strength of your character. When she begins to do this consistently, it signals something profound. She's considering you for a place of importance in her life. Her emotional radar is activated, scanning for stability, care, and patience. If you pass these quiet tests, by remaining calm, understanding, and emotionally present, she begins to feel safe in her trust. And from that safety grows connection. From connection grows anticipation. And from anticipation grows a bond that is much deeper than surface attraction. The message is subtle but powerful. Her attention isn't casual. Her questions aren't random. Her emotional probes are signs that she's taking the first steps towards a deeper connection with you. Steps measured, deliberate, and filled with silent intent. This is where many men fail. They see her questions or challenges as irritation or games. But in reality, she's revealing her trust in you, testing the very qualities that will allow her to open up even more. When you recognize this, you realize true connection isn't declared loudly. It's tested quietly, and it's earned moment by moment in the space between her vulnerability and your steady response. Sign number 6. She prioritizes you emotionally and mentally. The final and most profound sign that a woman is quietly letting you into her world is the way she prioritizes you emotionally and mentally. It isn't about grand gestures or dramatic declarations. It's in the subtle choices she makes every day, remembering small details about what you said, asking about your day, noticing when something matters to you, even if it seems minor. She doesn't do this for everyone, only for those who have earned her attention, her trust, and her emotional investment. When a woman begins to prioritize you in this way, it reflects a deep shift in her internal world. She's no longer just reacting to your presence. She's considering it, valuing it, and giving it space in her thoughts. Psychologically, this is powerful. Her mind is constantly evaluating where you fit into her life, not with calculation or manipulation, but with genuine care. She's quietly arranging her priorities to include you, and every action reflects that emotional alignment. You might notice it in small ways. She sends a message because she remembered something you mentioned, not because she has to. She listens intently when you speak, remembering what matters to you. She adjusts her schedule, her energy, or her mood naturally to make space for you. These are quiet signals of attachment and emotional investment, a reflection that she trusts you with her world, and that she's imagining you as part of it. This is the culmination of all the signs. The way her energy leans toward you, her eyes reveal her feelings, her trust unfolds, her imagination includes you, her emotional tests measure your steadiness, and finally, she begins to prioritize you as a presence that matters in her life. When this happens, you'll feel it. A subtle shift in her energy, a warmth in her attention, a consistency in her presence. She's not just present physically, she's present mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And in that moment, you realize all the small signals, all the fleeting glances,
all the quiet conversations were leading to this. Her mind, her heart, and her trust have aligned with you. This is the point where emotional connection becomes a shared space, where anticipation transforms into intimacy of the soul, where presence matters more than words. So remember, connection is rarely declared with drama. It's woven quietly, subtly, and consistently. The signs are there if you know how to see them, listen to them, and honor them. When a woman prioritizes you emotionally and mentally, it is her way of saying, without words, I value you, I trust you, and I am letting you into my world. Thank you for joining us on Psychology of Desire. If this video helped you understand the depth of emotional connection, trust, and subtle signals, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, desire and connection are quiet, delicate, and deeply psychological. All you have to do is pay attention. See you in the next video.